In this video, I'm going to give you 10 plays that are almost unstoppable and are going to make your offense 10 times better than it is right now. Not only am I showing you exact plays, but you'll be able to take these concepts and apply them to every offense in the game. And I'm telling you, you're going to score a lot more touchdowns if you start using this. Let's get into it. Now, we're starting off with a combo that is actually maybe my most ran route combo, route concept in this entire game. I love this so much. And this is the underneath trail. Let's snap this ball again. And the reason I love this is because it develops so fast, and it's going to do a good job versus man and zone coverage. So it can beat blitzes because it develops fast, and it can beat most coverages. That's a pretty good route combo, okay? So right here, we have a basic play. We're going to be in the gun trips. I'll show this from another formation too. But we're in gun trips halfback weak, and we're going to play red zone cross Z rev, or RZ cross Z rub, okay? So let's call this. And now what we want to make this play happen is we want to have our halfback on a flat route. And then on the opposite side of him, we want our innermost wide receiver on a drag, okay? So this halfback and the drag route are both attacking the exact same area of the field, which typically, you might be like, well, Civil, you don't want them attacking the same area, do you? In this case, we do, because they're actually, there's enough distance between them where we're looking to hit this drag if he's open in the middle or the left seam, right around right here. And notice how much spacing there is between our halfback and that drag route. Now, you might say, well, what's the point in this halfback? Well, one, you could quick throw him potentially. So if they're playing off coverage, he's a nice hot read, nice quick read, okay? Or two, he's going to push every flat zone on that side of the field all the way to the sideline. When he does that, that's going to open up this drag route to be thrown later, okay? Without this halfback, the flat zone on the left side of the field is going to suck inward some because there's nothing pushing that flat zone to the flat. So if we do it right here, you're actually going to see this pocket isn't quite as open. Notice how we had two defenders hit him right there, especially that flat defender was right there. Whereas this time, we're going to have that pocket be a little bit more open because the flat defender has to widen out, okay? Now, part of the name of this is trail. So what's the next part of this? Well, I like to have this happen very, very quick, but then I like on the backside to have some sort of trailing underneath route to help us out. So in this case, we have a little in route just kind of taking advantage of that area of the field that just got passed by the drag, okay? So we go here again. Same idea. Bang. And now we have man coverage. Notice how we're able to get things open against man very consistently. That's this combo. Now, my favorite play in the game utilizing this, although there's a lot of good plays, is out of the gun Y off trio weak. And this is going to be the sticking up, okay? We call sticking up right here. Let's go random play on defense. What we want is to flat our halfback and then drag our tight end. So the play looks like this right here. Now we have our quick flat along with the drag. And then our trailer is going to be this backward zig, the return route right here. Okay? So if we just focus solely on these guys, well, we'll see. Bang. The tight end got a little bit caught up right there. But again, notice where we're hitting this guy. The same area as the drag before. Let's go again right here. Boom. Quick flat. We can hit the flat this time if we want to. Bang. We didn't get many yards, but you get the idea. We could hit that flat in certain situations. Let's go here again. I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to wait for the trailer. There's that trailer. Now, this is really nice if we're able to combine this with something to go over top of everybody, which in this case is this post route. This post, if they're playing two underneath, we can actually hit this post right here if they get a good throw, and it's just another way that you can actually attack the middle of the field. Go here again. Don't like it, don't like it. Oop, we got I actually did not. Nice, we made that throw. You guys get the idea. This route combo is absolutely dirty and very tough to defend. There we go. There's a good example of that post route. We're beating man, we're beating zone, we're going to beat match as well. Run this style of route combo. You can do it from any offense. Now, real quick, if you want to shortcut all the hard work, you want to use these concepts in the best formations in the game, check out my website, civil.gg, where we have tons of offensive and defensive schemes that are helping over 2,000 active members right now win more games. Again, the link to that is in the top of the description, and use code CIVIL30 for 30% off and start winning more games right now. Now, our next play is actually have a few different concepts, but there's one I want to focus on right here, which is called drive. Now, drive is essentially we're going to have two routes crossing over the middle of the field, one going shallow and, just going underneath like this drag right here from Richardson, then one coming a little bit deeper like this in route from Beck. Now, the way I'm going to show this is from the play Y sail. Where is it? Where is it? Y sail right here out of the gun normal Y off close. I'm inside of the TCU offensive playbook, but this can be found in a few different playbooks, okay? So if we go here to Y sail, let's call it. all we want to do is simply put our slot wide receiver on a drag. That's going to be wire triangle again in this case to select him. Then down the right stick, that's going to get us our drag route. And the play looks like this. Now, this has a few different concepts inside of it, including what we just talked about in the previous play. That was an insane drop. But you can kind of see what's happening here. Our first read on this is going to be underneath to hit this drag. If he's there, awesome. Take him every time. Our eyes should be looking, not so much staring at the route itself, but instead looking at the area he's running to. If that area is open, we're able to hit him. If it's not, I'm going to actually move my eyes back and up to this in route behind him. Now, this doesn't mean I'm going to guarantee the throw to that in route, right? Because he could technically be covered. But instead, that's just where my next read's going to be, is the area that in route is attacking. So first thing, I look at the area that the in route's attacking. Boom, we have it. Awesome. If that's not there, I work my eyes back up. Now, this play, notice what we're having happen on the right side. This is actually the underneath trail concept we talked about before, and we're utilizing it with drive on the backside. A lot of great plays in this game utilize more than one concept at a time, and there's actually a third concept going on here that we'll talk about that later. Right here, though, we're able to hit this in route yet again, and you're seeing how one of these routes is typically open on this play. We go here again. Let's go wait for him a little bit. Bang. Able to hit him. All right. Once you get good at this, I mean, drag routes, especially against CPU player or just the CPU, very, very consistently open. Right there, we get kind of screamed at or we get shedded kind of fast. That is one thing with this is that it does take, a second or so to develop. Or against man coverage, this also does a great job. You see both routes get open right there. I just got greedy and waited for the in. Can we get out? Can we get out? Can we get out? Beautiful. The play YSAIL does this very, very well, but there's some other plays in the game that can also do this. For example, let's look at the play here called PAH cross out of the gun spread. Now, PAH cross, we're going to attack a little bit differently, but it's going to be a very similar concept where our drive is going to be coming from this deep crosser coming from Richardson, and now Beck is on a drag route underneath. Notice these two routes right here. It's essentially the same combo as before. It's just that crosser is going to get a little bit deeper, and notice we're able to hit him right there. We could have hit the drag right there too, but we just didn't. We'll go here again. Bang, let's see what we got. Y. Oh, we can hit him, pass lead down. We're able to get him. Beautiful. And again, I think the drag may have been there right that time. Not 100%. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. We are getting kind of some fast pressure. Let's go drag right there. Beautiful. It all depends on what variation of these you like the best and whichever you want to use or which fits your actual playbook and the schemes that you call the best. Right here, I do want to note that this skill level is on Heisman, so this is the best the CPU can be, and in practice mode, there are no sliders, so keep that in mind. So for our next one, we're going to be working out of a stock play called PA Motion Slide. We're in the Arizona offensive playbook in the formation Y off trips, okay? Now, for this play, PA Motion Slide, I called it stock. What does that mean? Essentially, a stock play is one that we're not going to make a single adjustment to. We can just snap the ball, and this concept will be taking place. Now, I will show you how to, what this concept actually is in its totality. But right here, we're snapping this ball, and now we already have the concept made up, and we're going to throw this little comeback route, hit it, okay? This right here is a sideline high-low, where we're only using two routes to isolate the sideline defender, okay? What do I mean by this? First of all, we have a flat route from our tight end. In this case, they do a little bit of salad dressing and put this guy in motion for this play. But we'll just watch A right here. He's going to release to the right flat. All right. We all see that. So he's attacking that right flat. We all agree. The outside wide receiver on the right is attacking the right sideline. He's on a comeback route attacking about 15-ish yards deep down the field. So let's watch our outside wide receiver. This is B. Let's just see what he does right here. We already threw him once. You're going to see he attacks that sideline. Okay. Now, this is a flat comeback working together. Why? Because on defense, picture there's a flat defender on the right side. Every zone defense has a flat defender. Okay? He can either go low and defend the flat, or he can go high and defend the comeback. Whichever way he goes, we throw opposite. So right here, he goes kind of high. We throw the comeback. Now, who's the flat defender? In that case, it was an outside right defensive back. But really, I'm just looking for areas of the field. Okay, which area of the field here is open? Is it right underneath or right high? Right here, it's right underneath. You know what I'm saying? Right side of the field, underneath. So I'm just reading that area of the field. Now, this combo, I could just have this guy on a flat route if I wanted to hot route him. Okay, I could have this guy on a zig. This would also do essentially the same thing. See what I'm saying? We have somebody attacking that short flat. We have that comeback route attacking the far flat. Let's go to a different formation and show how else I might call this play. Let's now go into trips tight end. And we'll call, just for the sake of it right now, we'll call We'll go wide receiver short post. I don't really care. Here, though, remember we had a comeback. Let's actually do a speed out, which I prefer over the comeback route. So we're going to do wire triangle, select X, put him on a speed out. Now we're going to custom stem him up. This is the idea of pressing wire triangle, select him again, X, hold left bumper, and then use the left stick to go up. So it's going to look like this right here. I like to make these custom stemmed up out routes about 15 to 20 yards. From here, we have a few different things we could do. In this case, I'll just put a zig underneath them. Okay, rest of the route combo is irrelevant. So here, we do that. Now, we'll go speed out, and we're able to throw that and make the catch. I like click on catching. In that situation, we've talked about that in some other videos, but you kind of get the idea. Let's say another variation would be this guy on a zig route. Let's do this. Now look at the left side. We kind of have part of that trail, that underneath trail we talked about earlier. And on the right side, we had this little high-low, sideline high-low on the right side. I'll even motion this guy in, because why not? And now, we're able to do something like that. Okay? That right there, a little sideline high-low, does a really good job against a lot of different defenses, man and zone coverage. Right here. Oh, can we hit it? Can we hit it? Oh, let's go one. Let's finish it on a dot. Finish it on a dot. Another way we could run this. I'll show you one more. Let's say we want to do something like this. Okay? Now the flat's coming from the drag. Okay? See how we're taking the same concept and we're just applying it in different ways? Now we are able to hit the drag. We then hurdle somebody, and that happens. Next up, we have the Flat Zig combo. This is one of my favorites by far. Like, I love this combination. I love combinations that really attack underneath. It's just easier to throw. They're more successful, at least for me. Right now, I'm in the gun bunch. We're in Georgia's offensive playbook, and I'm calling the play called, where is it? Dig return right here, okay? Dig return, only found inside Georgia and the pro-style offensive playbooks, but this concept you could do out of anything. I'll show it how to make it here in a second. So, what we want here is a zig route. This is a kind of a deeper stock zig. This is what a hot route of zig would be. See, a little shorter. This right here is the stock zig on this one. And then we have a flat route going outside of it. What happens here is that flat route releases very fast, and then the zig is inside of it. In this case, it actually goes a little bit above it as well. And we're going to be able to open up that little space right there. Let's call this a few times, and you'll see why I like this so much. Gonna cook man coverage. Gonna cook zone coverage. Okay, gonna cook match as well. Something I like with this is having an in-breaking route on that same side. So this in route's just nice, although you don't have to have it. Again, we get more man. We'll see if we get some zone here in a second. And now I'm going to show you how to make this out of really any formation or most formations. Let's go here again. And we're just getting, I should have thrown the flat. The flat, don't ignore that, okay? Right now I'm kind of spamming the zig, but don't ignore that flat because it is a good throw. If they don't want to defend the hard sideline or the short sideline, hit that flat because in this game you can get a lot of rack. Now let's go here again. Able to hit that zig. Yeah, zig is just cooking man coverage. This is great red zone play too. Go again. All right, here we get some zone. Bang. We got a bad pass the one time we get zone. Nice. You guys saw it was open. I'm not going to keep beating my head against the wall. Right there we throw the flat. All right, so how do we make this? Well, this play is actually very similar to a real-life concept called stick. At least in my opinion, it attacks very, very similarly, even though it's not as predicated around like an option route from the slot wide receiver. Nonetheless, if you know what stick is in real life, I think you'll kind of get what I'm getting at. Let's go find the concept stick here. So let's go quick pass. We'll go stick. And let's go to here. Let's go empty Y flex stick. Now, what do we need for this route combo? We need a flat route or something attacking that short flat. And on the inside, we need a zig. So we're just going to zig this wide receiver on the inside right here. And watch. It's going to be the exact same combo attacking the exact same area of the field. Ideally, you run this to the wide side, so you want to give yourself some space, as much space as possible. So right here, I can even zig this guy and then flat this guy. Now, we're attacking pretty much the same way we were out of that bunch formation, right? Same idea, we're just doing it now out of 5 wide. If you can add in these types of kind of like very good route combos into more unpopular formations or formations that usually wouldn't see them from, like usually 5 wide, you see QB blast, and you see like 4 verticals. But if you're able to add in something like this is tough to defend. This really, really is. And then if you wanted to, in this case, a little bit harder, but you could do something like this, where now we have a little in route going above. So now I have to kind of attack or, stay true to that inside middle part of the field. Right there, not open, but we caught it, but not really open. But you kind of get the idea, right? So this is how we're able to make stick or make this route combo zig flat out of really anything. I love it for short yardage. You can catch people off guard with this. You can do this typically from like trips formations. You can do it from a lot of different things. Right there is actually the first time it really got defended. And we've called this, I don't know, 15 times so far. Really fast, let's show it out of something else. Let's go to something like gun deuce close. Okay. And on this, let's go open this up to the wide side. Let's go. We have a flat route on the left, right? Let's just put this guy on a zig. Bang. See? We're able to recreate it from a very heavy formation now in gun deuce close. So you're able to see you can recreate this from a lot of different things. This route combo is a classic. This is mesh, okay? Mesh essentially, or at least in the terms of how we're going to talk about it, is we're going to have two drags going underneath. So we have our wide receiver. He's on a drag route. And we have our tight end on a drag route. These drags need to be going in opposite directions. So let's just snap this ball and watch the drags. Notice they mesh, aka they like cross over one another, and they attack in different directions. Now with this, I want to pair this with a route going over. Okay, you can call this a lot of times you'll call this an over route, something like that. This in route does a really good job. He gets a little bit deeper than I would like, but it gets really nice separation where if the zone defenders underneath get really low, you're able to hit this in route. I will say, I hate this snag, okay? The separation here just isn't good enough. This is very popular in real life for there to be a little sit route or a snag hit in the middle of the field against in mesh. I want this guy gone on a streak. That's going to push deep zones back and open up our in route, all right? So this is essentially what the route combo is going to look like. What player are we talking about right now? Well, I'm in the gun wing slot offset, and we're in the play called mesh spot. Now, mesh spot, this play call can be found in a ton of different formations. You can, like, every playbook has a version of this. If you want, you can go to the concept, call medium pass. You can scroll over to mesh, and you'll see, like, right here. For example, look at the play shallow cross. See the two drags? Now see that little over route in the middle? Same idea. Let's go. We have another shallow cross right there. Beautiful. And then, we have mesh spot on the bottom left. That's the one we're going to call right here. So what do we want to do this route combo? Just simply drag or streak our outside tight end, make something like this. If we want to block our halfback, we could. Up to you. My first read is to read underneath very quickly. These guys are going to do a good job against man coverage because they're going to essentially rub shoulders, making it very hard for man defenders to keep up with them. And against zone, they just do a great job of attacking underneath, okay? It's very tough for defenders to cover this entire side or this entire field. Against match, this also does a really good job. I like having my running back on some sort of wheel or flat route because just like our very first concept we talked about in this video, this is going to push everything to the sideline, which is going to open up our drag a little bit better. Again, you see man coverage, this is cooking it. If you're getting blitzed, I don't love this concept just because it does take a second to develop. So again, we'll go here. Now, let's pretend, we're pretending, okay? Wow, nice catch. I'm on Heisman. I am on Heisman. Let's pretend like those defenders are playing very underneath. Well, if that was the case, then we can work up to that next level. Again, right there, they're not, but to kind of give an example of what that would look like. So first, I'm checking both these drags. Bang. Every route here really does do a pretty good job against man besides the streak. Let's go here again. We'll pretend underneath, defend it. Okay, I'll work up. And right there, we're able to hit that in route. Click on catching again, coming up big for us right there. Underneath, nothing's there. Don't love it, don't love it, don't love it. Oh, we'll go late. One of the nice things with drag routes is that they attack the sidelines late as well. So they can be, if you don't see them early, that's not the end of the world. It could be getting open late. Right there's a great example of them bumping into each other and us being able to attack with one of the drags. Let's go here again. Man coverage. In route does a really good job against man. Able to hit him. This is a really good concept you can apply every single year out of a ton of different formations. We'll go Y again. CPU just really struggles at defending drags. They just do. This route combo is much more of what I would consider a gotcha type play, where it's not going to work against everything. I'll be super honest with you. But against a few things, it's a very good little mix-in that most formations, or rather most playbooks will have, okay? This is verticals, and typically what this consists of is 3 wide receivers on one side releasing vertically. So we have 1, 2, 3. And then for the middle wide receiver, we're actually really focusing on him at first. We're checking him quickly in the seam. If he's open, we're going to snap throw him. Usually people do something like this out of like 5 wide. It's very annoying. So they'll quick throw him, or if he's not there, we'll wait for this drag to get underneath the same area that he's initially attacking. And that drag is coming back from the other side. So we're going to high-low that area. Right here, you kind of see it. Notice how that defender, if you watch the replay on this, that defender backed up with the seam streak. Well, then we're able to hit the drag underneath. If he was to stay low, we can hit the seam streak. Right here, we actually get a chance hit the seam streak, okay? This is ideally used against zone blitzes. All right, anything else, it's not as good against, just to be super transparent. But against zone blitzes, especially against like user defenders online, this is a really good mix-in. Against man coverage, it's okay. I don't like, it's not, if I know it's man, this isn't what I'm going to call. But this is some that you're able to mix in. And it's cool. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but it does serve its purpose against certain opponents. Sometimes you'll have like a crossing route in the middle like that, which you can hit if, if the situation calls for it. Man coverage again right here. We're actually able to hit this crosser for a nice touchdown. So you do have like some genuine big play potential, but it's not my favorite thing in the world. Typically, this will be ran out of like trip sets, or like I said earlier, 5 wide, like empty base trio. You can also see where we should have, does this one not have a 4 vertical? This does have a vertical. So, not my favorite verticals. But something, again, if we go back here to the trio Y flex, the one I'm running right here is just verticals out of gun trio Y flex. Again, you can find this from a lot of different things. If we go here to verticals out of gun trips tight end offset weak, you'll see same idea. And instead of a drag attacking that short seam, we have a halfback attacking that short seam. See what I'm saying? Same idea. Now that halfback's just gonna attack the area, so you have that flexibility. Remember, all these concepts can be used out of, like, I'm showing you plays, but I'll also show you concepts that can be recreated out of a lot of different formations that will probably fit into the scheme that you're running right now, and you can use without making a ton of adjustments, right? I don't want you guys having to totally change your offense to be able to run some of this stuff. I want you to be able to add this to what you're already doing. Let's talk about the play PA fork out of the formation gun wing. This is actually in quite a few playbooks. All of those are showing on the screen right here, but this concept is in like it's everywhere. We're just talking about basic flood. And I say basic, but don't think you're like too good for this, because this is part of every single offense. All we want to make a flood concept is a clear out route of some sort. So in this case, this deep post route is going to push everything deep. He's clearing out the deep zones for us to attack underneath them. Then we want an intermediate sideline route. So something going, in the medium area, about 10 to 20-ish yards downfield, 10 to 25 really. This corner route will do a good job. Now we need an underneath route that's going to really attack the sideline, okay? Here, we don't have one, so we could take our tight end here, put him on a zig, put him on a flat, put him on an out, or we could leave him attacking the middle and put our halfback on something, okay? So we're attacking, in this case, let me just put the tight end here for demonstrative purposes. Here, we're attacking the sideline in 2 different areas, along with the clear out route. So we're here. Now we're actually attacking the right side in 3 different areas. We have the corner route, we have the zig underneath, and now we put a fade route on the right side to attack the deep sideline. So we're just flooding that area of the field, right? We have too many players over there for them to defend. I like clear out routes that really attack deep. This post route actually isn't my favorite thing in the world, because it cuts and attacks the middle a little bit too quickly. You could stem him up some, so then he'd be a good clear out, but you just really want him pushing everything on that side deep. Let's go here. And all I'm doing is reading the sideline, right? What's going on the sideline. And then I'm just attacking the area that they're not defending. It actually becomes pretty easy when you just think about this of attacking short flat, medium flat, or I guess technically deep flat or deep sideline with this fade. Let's go again here. They had to defend short. We're able to hit that. I'm looking at the areas, and then I'm getting my eyes off of it as soon as I identify it's not open. All right, so here, a short flat's not there. I work my eyes up. I can see my corner routes cutting to open grass, right? Pretty easy. Now, usually good flood concepts will have something happening on the backside. So like right here, we just have a backside in route. So we can hit that in route right there. I mean, that's like my last read, but it's good against different blitzes. We also could, if we wanted to, let's do something like this. Now on the left side, we're doing that flat zig combo, right? We have flat out here, zig right here. Okay, or we could do high-low with the deep out route, zig route. Notice again how I'm just interchanging different concepts over and over again. That was bad by me. And we're making one play have numerous concepts on it. Let's go, boom. All right, so you kind of see me run this a few times. Now, how can we go find a flood concept? Because a lot of flood concepts can actually come totally stock. Well, let's see. Let's see. I actually haven't looked at this so we'll see if we can just find one. Okay, Z-spot. Let's call it. Let's look at Z-spot right here. What do I need for this to be a flood concept on the right? I need a streak, right? Because now we have corner out, flat, streak. Here we are. Boom. Actually, some match. So something that can do a good job against flood concepts is match. Match can do a good job. So just keep that in mind. Man coverage can, depending on if the corner route can get open. Right there, corner route doesn't. That's why I like my flat to be a zig when you can. So just keep that in mind. But this is the same idea. Boom. Underneath open. Bang. Big thing we want is for that deep sideline route. So the corner route, we want him to get good separation between this fade. And he's not doing a good job right now. So I might stem him down a little bit. Just so he's going to get more separation. And we get another man coverage look. Which, in that case, if they're going man coverage and they're actually bagging me man coverage, I might look for a different flood concept or go to a different play. That's just something with flood concepts. If that corner route can't get open, which in this case, like, he's not winning at all, you would just want to get out of that flood, okay? Just something to keep in mind. But you can find flood concepts pretty much everywhere, or at least in every playbook, I should say. Even something like, let's go, I'm just trying to find a kind of a random one. Let's go something like all go right here. And then let's corner out the tight end, flat the halfback. Flood concept now, right? Bang. Corner out. Bang. See what I'm saying? Really easy one to add into really any offense. Every formation you could do this from. Go again. And I'll even show you yet again. Remember our first route combo, which was that delayed trail? Well, we can make part of it right here where we have that drag. Right? Boom. We had the corner up, but just showing you again how we mix and match things. So we talked some about like the underneath trail. We've actually talked a lot about it, but let's talk about like a deeper version of this play. We're gonna go into dagger out of the gun tray offset. You can create this again out of a lot of different things. Let's go here and we'll go up against a random defense. Now, deep trail is the idea of us attacking deeper, right? So here we're gonna have a deep cross, or it could be a deep post route, and then we're gonna have a deep in route coming behind it. This is actually more of a horizontal route concept, or in terms of how we're attacking the defense, but it's just happening deeper down the field. Now, here with the rest of this, because we're attacking so deep, we actually need a clear out route of some kind. So I'm gonna put my halfback, or I'm sorry, I'm gonna put my tight end on a streak here. That's just to push deep zones back. And then here, I like to put this guy on either a flat or a zig. You could also, I guess, drag him if you wanted to. There's a few different things. And then I'll block my halfback here as well. Now, we're really trying to read, in this case, we actually have underneath, but I won't throw him. We're really trying to read between the in route and the crosser. And one little small thing that can make this a lot better is you want them attacking the short side of the field. They'll cross the field faster. So here, let's streak this tight end, and let's just get him out of the way. And let's read this between the crosser and the in route. This is going to typically do a really good job against man coverage, by the way. If you're getting heavy blitz, this is a slower developing route combo just because of how deep it is. So do keep that in mind. But this is also one of those route combos that people will say like is almost cheesy because the crosser's just tough to defend if you can get that time. Imagine you have a fast QB, you're able to roll out. But again, you see that crosser getting open yet again. That's him attacking that short side of the field. So that's just an important little tidbit. Remember, the wide side of the field and the short side is literally just sideline to sideline. Which side is further or shorter? On the left side here, there's a lot of room to the sideline. That means that's the wide side. On the right side here, not much room. That's the short side. Peace, easy. Let's snap the ball again. I never really am looking to throw this tight end streak unless they just blow coverage. But notice we've hit this crosser numerous times. A good user defender, of course, can defend this. So you want to pair this with some other stuff and be willing to hit this in route backside. All right. I like having stuff underneath. So, you know, having this halfback attacking on this little check and release hook can be nice. Oh, man, coverage. Cool. Easy. Hurdle. CTE. Dang it. So how can we make this purely with, like, let's say hot routes or somewhere else? Let's go. I'm just going to look randomly. We'll go to, for this case, we'll go all go right here. And I'll go deep cross on this guy. And I'll go deep in on this guy. Gonna be the same idea, right? Bang, had that deep cross. Able to hit him. He gets a step. Tibbs, beautiful. And you have that in route happening behind. Again, ideally, you have something underneath. You could even do, now look at this. We have flat drag coming across quick. And then we have this is actually a cool little route combo right here. Right, because he hit that, you could hit that drag. We had it. I'll hit the crosser again. I mean, you're seeing how good the crossers are. Like, they're very, very good. People call it cheesy. It's just they take some time to develop. So, you know, you do have to maybe make some happen. Right there, though, we end up hitting the drag underneath. Little little something, something. We just made a little route combo right there. Now, this is one of my favorite route combos that if you can master this bad boy, you are going to win a lot of games online. This right here it has a really, really awesome name. It's called Flat Streak Post, okay? Yeah, it's pretty. We're literally just calling it what the routes are. But we're gonna be in the Oklahoma State offensive playbook here, and we're gonna go to the gun bunch halfback strong. We'll work from Seattle, but we'll kind of talk about what this is in totality. Okay, so let's go into Seattle right here. Now we called it flat streak post. All right. So first we have our flat route. This is gonna come from our outside right wide receiver, and this guy's actually a wheel. But if we look at the first part of that route, it's a flat, right? A wheel route's just a flat route that turns into a streak, essentially. So that works, okay? Our post is going to be this crosser. It's essentially an over route. So I'm attacking the intermediate middle. Then we're going to have our halfback on a streak. Now, right here, my tight end's kind of getting in the way. And so we could do a few different things here. If we could block him, we could block him. We can't here. So I'm actually going to put him on a drag and kind of high-low the middle of the field with this. So we have flat, we have streak, and we have post in this case, right? They're slightly different, but notice this is conceptual, doesn't need to be exact. And then here we just have a drag helping out and a clear out route on this far side. All right, let's snap this ball. First thing I'm looking for, because we have that drag, I will typically look for the quick drag. But in terms of the route combo of flat streak post, what we're doing here is checking between the post route and the halfback streak. That halfback streak, that's where the streak always has to come from. You want him delayed attacking this area. Now, just to prove a point really fast, we could put this guy on a post route, right? Put this guy on an actual flat, put him on a streak. It's all conceptual, okay? This can do a good job against man and zone. See right there, being able to beat man coverage. It's gonna do a good job against pretty much everything. I love it, though, paired with this tight end drag, just because this gives us a really nice quick hitter. Bang. But you could get this guy, different formations. This guy might be over here already. Maybe you streak him. Maybe you put him on a flat. It could be a billion different things, right? I think we're all on the same page there. This wheel route, I'll be honest, is a very hard read to make. You could, if you're a good passer, you can look for him early, immediately. If you can make that read, because some people against advanced defensive players, they'll kind of leave him open early on purpose, because most people don't throw it. Or you could look for him as well late, because he could win above like that. Well, he didn't win right there, but he could win in that area, depending on just kind of what happens defensively. So, a couple of things for you right there. We get the post route. Bang. I'm hurdling. Oh, and CTE. Awesome. So, let's show this out of a different formation really fast, just to give you guys another look at how to do this. So, let's go gun wing trips all go right here. And all I'm going to do is put my halfback on a streak, and I'm going to flat this slot wide receiver. So, what do we have? We have flat right here. We have streak. And then we have our post, which is just an over route or a crosser from the tight end. Reads are exactly the same. I'm going to hit this halfback in the seam. See, again, big thing. You can take these concepts, apply them to whatever you want. If we wanted to, let's pretend this formation. Oh, that's an illegal formation now. Oh, that guy should have went on the line of scrimmage. He didn't. Okay, well, that's kind of crazy. Whatever. But yeah, see, same idea. Right, bang. We had B the entire time. I just wanted to stick to the actual route combo. It's an easy one to add into your offense, and I think it's really, really good. We could also do it like this right here. Right now, we're just adding in that drag from earlier. Not 100% needed, but some I like. Dang, I had the halfback wide open. Yeah. Now, the next concept I want to talk about is drive trail. Drive trail can be very, very cool, because if you remember what drive was the idea where we have a short route like a drag and a post route, both attacking the same side of the field. And we make a very basic high-low read between these, okay? Drive trail adds in a trailer behind the drag. Now, this trail, I guess, technically could be a little deeper, like that deep in we talked about earlier. But this right now, we're going to go with a little trail route, which is a unique stock route in the game. You can't hot route this, where he's going to trail behind everything. So let's just snap this play, then we'll talk a little bit more in depth with everything. Okay, I made a couple extra adjustments that you'll want to know about. So first, we're going to read this initially where we're just looking for this quick drag over the middle, and we're trying to make that high-low read between the drag and the post. But then, if we don't like either of these routes, we can then work our eyes back and hit this trail route, however it is, right? Oh, and we get loose, a little pitch, and we fumble. Just like that, their ball, we lost the championship. Now, let's look at the play we're talking about here. We are in the Kansas offensive playbook, and we're in the bunch open tight end. We're calling the play called, where is it? Right here, Y trail. We call this play whenever you have a route that's attacking about 15 yards or deeper down the field, we need a clear out. So right here, we're going to get this clear out route. Okay, that's going to be a streak from the tight end. then I actually want this post route to run a little bit shorter. Whenever you have a route attacking like this post is, if he can run a little bit shorter, it's just going to develop quicker and keep him further away from the deep zones. Now, our halfback, we can leave him on this. We can flat him. We could block him if we wanted to. Kind of up to you. And again, first route we're looking for is this drag quick. Drag there. Bang. If the drag is not there, I'm going to look up to see is the space right above him open. If not, we're then going to work back to the trail. So drag, we'll pretend it's not there. Space above him is open. I'm able to hit that, right? What I'm doing to that post route, by the way, is custom stemming. That's wire triangle. Select the post. Hold left bumper down on the left stick. Okay? Let's go here again. I had the drag. I'll pretend I don't, though. And we're going to go to that trail. Pretty easy idea once you get the hang of it. And this is just building a better route combo for us, okay? Now, we're actually going to Georgia's playbook, and I want to talk about the gun wing trips really fast. And here in the gun wing trips, let's go to exit PA wheel shot. I'm going to show you another idea of the same thing. So, if we go here, how can we turn this into the same concept we were just talking about? Well, let's put Y on a drag. So now we have that high-low read. And then let's put B on an in route or B on a deep in route. We have the option. And just like that, we have a little drive trail. Right? Quick, quick. And then that... See, here's the thing. We want good separation between our trail route and the route he's next to. So right there, we didn't get great separation. So maybe I would stem him up a little bit further. Or right here, we do. So sometimes the routes just kind of bump. So that's how we can then, again, add this to a totally different formation and kind of makeshift this as we see fit. There's actually plays in the game also called Y trail that you can just do it from that too. Or yeah, that's called drive trail, not Y. There are plays called Y trail, but then drive trail as well is another thing that things are called. You just want good separation here. I don't love that separation, so I might let's go with a deeper trail route here. And let's see what that looks like. So here, bang, a little deep trail. We actually have them. We had the drag, but I was just kind of showing off the deep trail. And there we go. Simple as that. If you want to take a lot of the hard work out for yourself, and you felt like these route combos were good, but you don't really know how to use them or how to add them to your offense, you should check out my website, civil.gg, where we have the best offensive schemes in the game. That pretty much all of our route combos, to some way, shape, or form, are built from these 10 that we gave you, but they're optimized and given to you in the best ways possible, running the absolute best plays that just maximize their potential. So if you want to start winning more games, get better at offense, check out my website, civil.gg. Link to that's in the top of the description. And with code CIVIL30, you'll get 30% off.